And welcome back, everybody. Crypto Hulk. We've got a deep dive today, and I'm going to show you in this deep dive. We got one paper we're going to go over today, and we're going to spend the whole show on this. The reason we're going to do this is because I want you to see how all these cryptos will be interconnected, how everything will run on a single platform. You know, like right now, if you are using Bitcoin, it has a certain code, which is different than an Ethereum code, which is different than an Cardano code, which is, you understand what I mean? And these codes can't talk to each other, okay? And the cryptos that run on that particular platform are specific for a code. But what if you had a platform and that platform could allow other cryptos to land on it and run because you have bridges? And not only do you have bridges, you have interpreters that can interpret what each person is saying and get stuff done. Imagine where you can build on any kind of platform you want. Imagine that. Like, you don't have to use, let's say, Pancake platform or whatever platform's out there, Shiba Inu. Let's say you wanted to build on any platform and just, like, imagine you don't have to learn any foreign language. You don't have to learn any other code. You just, like, if you're from America, you can just move over to Germany, put your house, and everybody understands what you're saying. All your business accounts transfer right over. You don't need to call the bank and switch this and switch that. Imagine a world like that. That world's platform already exists. That platform is already doing some minor work. My name's Crypto Hulk. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. Don't do anything I tell you to do. Now, at the beginning of my show, I'm gonna sell my own store. I have a YouTube store. I have gold and silver coins. I have necklaces that are gold sometimes, and then I have hardware wallets. Now, I don't make any money off the coins. I'm going to go to my channel right now. So go to Crypto Hulk, go to view the channel. Now find a section that says videos. Go to like my second or third video or something. It's not on the lives. You have to go to videos. I'm going to click on the Bitcoin one that I made. Now, if you look down below, it says 437 views an hour ago, 14 products. Scroll a little over to the right and click more. Bam. Now you see the gold coins. You can click on this. What else do I got? Silver coins on that one. Sometimes I have hardware wallets. I've got three kinds of wallets: Trezor, Elapel, and Ledger. Now, here's the deal. If you've got enough crypto, great. Don't overbuy it, because there's a thing called a black swan. And when that sucker comes, and we all know it's coming, the dollar's going to get wrecked. Things are going to get very difficult for you. When gas is 20, 30 bucks a gallon, food is like $1,000 a month, 1,500 a month. I'm just letting you know. I have not bought crypto for 4 years. The last year, I've only been buying gold and silver coins, and I've got the great prices from Walmart, AppMex, and these other famous companies that you probably are going to buy at anyway. Take a look at my store. I make a commission. Once in a while, I get gold chains. Some of you like my gold chain and said you want one that's kind of like it or whatever. I don't always have the gold chains on the show. When I do, I try to post them. I make a commission on that. And then with the wallets, hardware wallets, I'll make a commission on those. So don't get wrecked by a black swan. Get your gold and silver coins from Crypto Hulk. There you go. I've got people that are whales that call me up and I talk with them. They've got, like, no joke, $1 million of crypto. Okay. And I'm like, what kind of gold and silver coins you got? And do you have, like, you buy the little 2-pound ones? And they're like, what? I'm like, you don't got no gold and silver coins. And they're like, no, I've been working on just getting, 700,000 XRP and 500, 600,000. I'm just like, but you got no gold? I'm like, oh, dude, no, not good. Very not good. So we have little conversations on them getting gold. when this bad stuff happens, we all know there's going to be a black swan. Get yourself positioned. Don't do the gold card thing. That's stupid. When the government declares a national emergency, I've been telling you for 4.5 years, they will declare a national emergency. Who knows? What if they take the gold again? Or they freeze? They say from here on out, no more gold is to be bought or sold. If you already got it, your grandfathered in. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not going to discuss with you on how to evade United States gold confiscation. That's not my channel. I'm not trying to go to jail. So right now, you got to get creative. That's on you to figure out. And maybe I'll drop little bombs along the way. But get your gold and silver coins and get ready. Because this news, I'm showing you tonight how all of this gets put together. All we're waiting for is everybody in the world to get linked up. And once they get linked up, I'm going to show you when that switch is flipped. That's this program. I'm going to show you how on this program it connects everything. Everything communicates. Everything works. Smart contracts, oracles, smart oracles, everything. Crypto, this platform, that platform, whatever. I'm going to show you when that flip the switch happens. I'm going to show you what that flip is. Okay, we're going to do some work here. We're going to be. I've got it all outlined. I broke it down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. About 16 or 17 sections. I'm not going to read the whole report. That would take like an hour and a half. What I've done is I've skimmed the whole report and I've highlighted on separate windows across my screen. The highlighted areas is all I'm going to read. So it's going to be a little painful. I'm going to let you know. But I'm trying to educate you. There is no channel on the internet that breaks stuff down. I'm not a tech person. I'm going to take really lightweight tech that I have a difficult time with. I'm going to take lightweight tech and spoon feed you this stuff like baby food. Okay? Now, I'm not going to get into detail explaining every single thing. Some people may not get things, and that's fine. You don't need to get it all. I don't get exactly how this thing works. I know that I flip something up, I show my face, or I put in a passcode, and then I call people, or I make videos to put on here. That's about the extent of my tech knowledge. Does it work for me? It works brilliantly, okay? Now, let's see who the first 5 people are. 1970 legend showed up. Michael Gilbert, TK, Gordon, boy Joe, it's Gordon Logan again. Coming here from jolly old England. Rafael Garcia. And then XR Poseidon. What I'm doing, somebody says, what, doing the Lord? I don't know if it's the Lord's work. I wouldn't really, you can call it whatever you want. What I'm doing is my fellow human being. I am trying my best to reach as many fellow human beings as I can. All races, all religions, all nationalities, all ages, except Democrats. That was just kidding on that one. I was just kidding about the Democrats. I'm not wearing my Hulk pin. My Trump pin right now. Damn it. But I got the bobbleheads over here. They're looking at me. They're relying on me. You got Trump. Okay, Kitch J, thank you very much for that donation there, buddy. I have a listener-supported channel, by the way. You don't have to join right now to watch my show. Today's a free show. Tomorrow I'll have a member show. Some people don't want to become a member because they don't want to, because YouTube makes money. And then the federal government gets taxes from that as well. If you want to give a donation to me, it's tax-free. YouTube doesn't get nothing, and the government don't get nothing. Some people just prefer it like that. Whatever. Some people don't like giving me money. Some people don't like giving me money. They give away memberships. A lot of that gets taken away to the government and YouTube. I'm not complaining. whatever, the channel grows, great, you know? So you got to do what you feel is best. But make sure you get the gold and silver coins, please. Five Dennis, 123. Codius first, Algorand, HBAR, interoperate now, BTC. Five Dennis, 123 again. Plus Axelar is now the XRP Ledger's #1 Ethereum virtual machine bridge. Yes, it is. Matt, 59754. Happy Independence Day weekend, y'all. Hope everything is safe and had a happy time. We're blessed to be early in this asset class. Hope the next 4th is on a fat yacht. I could see that without hype and stuff. The way things are going, absolutely. DJ Super Camacho, make like Singapore and get gold and silver in your wallet. Somebody knows about Ripple Singapore with gold and silver. See, let me tell you something. In 2013, no other channel's telling you this because they have no fucking clue. In 2013, you had Ripple Singapore. And they had derivatives there, gold, silver, all kinds of great stuff, interchangeable with cryptos and fiat and all that. Gold and silver in your wallet was right on the web page. And I think they probably started with gold and silver. They have something called the Safe House. It's located in Singapore. I already showed you what it looks like inside and all that. That's where Ripple stores their gold and silver. Do you see how important gold and silver is? It's not just crypto alone. It's gold and silver. Make sure you get your gold and silver coins from Crypto Hulk channel. 5 Dennis, 123. Algo creators also created Axelar. Oh, very good information there, Dennis. Wow. And where did Algorand come from, Dennis? MIT. And who was probably working at MIT when they were making Algorand, Dennis? Gary Gensler? Oh, see how all this, Gary's connected to this whole thing, everybody. I told y'all from day one, fake trial, fake trial. Now, S. Harib 1, thanks for that donation to the channel. Appreciate every single one. I truly do. I don't have a corporate sponsored channel on purpose, unless it's like a tequila company. If you're a distillery of anything, let me know, and you can be a corporate sponsor on my show. I don't care if you make coffee, like Black Rifle Coffee Company, whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't even have to be. Hell, you can pour some whiskey in your coffee, and then now you got, you know what I'm saying. So now what I want you to do is go to the video. I made a video for about 2.5 minutes. So go into my channel like I'm doing now. The video should already be loaded. I'm going to get loaded after the show. After I find news for tomorrow, then I'm getting loaded. Let's go to view my channel. Go to videos. And click on where it says Codius. This is what will bridge all code and platforms together. It's 2 minutes, 28 seconds long. Okay? You'll see a little Donald Trump figure that I put in there. I do that for copyright reasons so people can't take clips of the video unless they're going to see Donald Trump in that video. My little figurine, like this guy here, you'll see him in the video. I do that because people either screenshot or they'll video my show but have it on mute. And then they'll try to take credit for they found shit like that. So I got to do that. Put little Trump in there so everybody knows. All right. Now that we got that done, it's time to go to work. Like Cool Mo D says, I go to work like a doctor. So let's get done with this. I'm going to go to the video section right here. And it's time. I'm telling you, it's time to work. Playtime is over. We got, this is Crypto Hulk College Crypto 101, okay, for beginners. Smart Oracles, here's the title. Now, this is an article that's very, very difficult to find, okay? I've got the original. It's in color. The other ones aren't in color. The format is exactly how it was when it originally was done. about 90% of the people online, maybe 95, have never seen this, and maybe 1% have this exact format that I have. It's the original with color, with green and blue and white and black and all that. It's the original. Um, I'm just saying, it's fun to have the original. This is from 2014, 10 years ago. Ripple Labs figured out a way to connect everything on the planet crypto-wise, okay? It's called Smart Oracles. Google's involved in this, native client, okay? Smart Oracles, here's the title. A simple, powerful approach to smart contracts. Here we go. Go to the overview section and start reading right here. Smart Oracles provide a simple, flexible way to implement smart contracts. Stop right there. So Ethereum's got oracles. Ethereum's got smart oracles, but nobody's got the smart oracles. Okay, that's what we want. Now, we'll learn a little more. I mean, virtual machines kind of like a smart oracle in a way. So maybe we'll just we'll get into this later. There's like 4 basic smart oracle type deals, but native client's the best one. But we're going to get into the 4 kinds of smart oracles that help the smart contracts see what's going on in the outside world. Virtual machines, we'll call it a smart oracle, but it's not really the best. We're going to talk about what's the best. But let me get into this. Smart oracles provide a simple, flexible way to implement smart contracts. Now, Bitcoin is just one of the lowest IQ one because it was a test. Bitcoin was a test. And it uses deterministic coding. And it's very simple. Smart oracles, which Codius is, smart oracles build on the idea of oracles, or entities that provide smart contracts with information about the state of the outside world. So imagine you got a crypto, it's like the soldier. You have a sergeant, which is a smart contract, and it tells the soldier what to do. But the smart contract gets information from an oracle, and that oracle tells the smart contract, hey, do this and that. And then the smart contract tells the crypto what to do. But at the very top of that is your smart oracle. It would be like a first sergeant. If you're in the army, it'd be something kind of like that, okay? So that's your first highlighted section. Next, go to where it says overview again, but go to the middle of the paragraph. It says, in such a system, rules can be written in any programming language and contracts can interact with any service that accepts cryptographically signed commands. What is this? With Ripple's Codius, Google, Ripple Labs, whatever you want to call it, in such a system that they have, nobody has this, rules can be written in any programming language and contracts can interact with any service. Right now, if you don't speak Bitcoin, you can't interact with anybody else. If you don't speak Ethereum, you can't run, let's say, Ethereum programs on a pancake swap, right? You got to have like either these layer 1s or you got to have these virtual machines to assist getting shit done. The difference with Codius is that you can write rules, you could write code in any programming language, and your contract, smart contract could be whatever, it all works. I'm going to make it as simple as possible. It all works. Next, go to the section that says Oracle. O-R-A-C-L-E. Some smart contract systems, including the one built into Bitcoin, here we go. Remember, smart contract systems built into Bitcoin are strictly deterministic. In order to interact with the real world, these systems rely on cryptographic signatures submitted by outside systems called oracles. So, Bitcoin on its own can't function unless it's told what to do. It's kind of like how you'll be once you're married for about 5 years. From or from oracles to smart oracles. Okay, so now we get into some really good crypto stuff here. The concepts of smart contracts and oracles have existed for some time. That means they're old, kind of like me. Several earlier designs, including Bitcoin, have relied on executing the contracts within consensus networks, leading to the requirement that their execution be deterministic. In this paper, we aim to show that placing contract execution in the hands of smart oracles, here we go, generalizes and simplifies the system significantly. And that's what this whole paper is about, smart oracles that nobody has except Ripple. Got it? Now, go to the section that says from oracles to smart oracles. Let's do this. Okay, we're going to go to the second paragraph. It says the concept of smart contracts is widely attributed to Nick Szabo, who in the late 1990s, and I'm going to leave it at that. So when we talk about smart contracts, Bitcoin, smart contracts came out in the 1990s, the late 1990s. Let's say 95, 97. That's what Bitcoin is. It's an older technology, okay? Let's scroll down. We're under the section from oracles to smart oracles. And we're going to the 4th paragraph. It says, unfortunately, cryptocurrency developers have found it challenging to design a system that encompasses both a powerful smart contract language and a robust consensus system. Listen to this. Here's why Bitcoin is not the one. Bitcoin scripts allow for simple logic. Let me repeat that. Bitcoin scripts allow for simple logic. There we go. To be encoded and executed on the Bitcoin network. Remember, that only speaks Bitcoin. However, encoding advanced logic and executing untrusted code have proven more complicated to integrate. Meaning, Bitcoin can only do a set thing and that's it. It's very limited, like a kindergartner, okay? Next, we go from oracles to smart oracles. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th paragraph. 5th paragraph. Since everyone in the network must agree on change, the technology is relatively difficult to modify or upgrade. This is like Bitcoin, okay? Remember, everyone in the network has to agree on certain things, and it's difficult to modify or upgrade a Bitcoin network. The Bitcoin Wiki explicitly mentions this concerning some of the more complicated opcodes, like script codes, script commands, are disabled out of concern that the client might have a bug in their implementation. If a transaction using such an opcode were to be included in the chain, like the Bitcoin chain, any fix would risk forking the Bitcoin chain. Forking the Bitcoin blockchain or distributed ledger means creating multiple competing states of the network, which is a highly undesirable outcome for a consensus-based system. Next, we will go from oracles to smart oracles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th paragraph. Go to the 6th paragraph. We argue that it is possible to implement powerful smart contracts in a secure and trustworthy manner without increasing the complexity of existing consensus networks such as Bitcoin or Ripple. Let me explain this, what we got going on. See, you know how with Ethereum, right? They're always trying to upgrade, right? They're trying to do this, trying to do that, da 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 da. That's the problem with Ethereum. It was garbage from day one. Same thing with Bitcoin. Let me read this again. We argue that it is possible. So here's the deal. When you run in a Bitcoin or these other second generation or forks of Bitcoin or whatever it is, and you're running Ethereum, look, you're very limited because this is basic code, okay? The whole operation is very basic, like caveman. And you can't do shit on the Bitcoin Ethereum network that you can do with the XRP ledger and Stellar's ledger, okay? We argue that it is possible to implement powerful smart contracts, not weak contracts that are on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it's possible to have powerful contracts in a secure and trustworthy manner without increasing the complexity. That's when Bitcoin has to keep coming up with new different kinds of code and shit. They have to keep getting more and more and more complex just to do something. That's the problem right there. Let's go to the next one here. From oracles to smart oracles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, seventh paragraph, right in the middle of the seventh paragraph. Decoupling contracts from consensus networks gives the added benefit that contracts can interact with multiple networks at once. This is something that on Bitcoin and Ethereum you cannot do. You can't have contracts and interact with multiple networks. Okay, not going to happen. All right. So you can interact with multiple networks at once, as well as virtually any type of online service. Listen to this. This means that a single smart contract on Codius could interact with Bitcoin and Ripple, web services like PayPal, Google, eBay, or even internet protocols such as SSH, LDAP, SMTP, and XMPP. Codius is the only one that can do all this. These other platforms can't do shit, okay? And they all know it. They've been trying to sell them to you. Oh, we're going to upgrade this. We're going to Guess what? Ripple had this 2014. It was all done, ready to go 10 years ago. You hear all this? I'm telling you, we have gotten, I'm going to take a break here, and then we're going to go to this one next. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, here's the next one we're going to go to. From oracles to smart oracles, go down to the second to the end. From the second to the end. All right. From oracles to smart oracles, second to the end. I'm going to do a copy and a paste again in case a new person came in and they want to see what the hell you guys going on and what do you got going on in there. Okay. If you're brand new and you want to see what the hell we're learning that no other channel goes over, oop. No, it's not that one. Go to you're gonna have to go to my, what do we got here? Go to the channel and go to videos, and you'll find that one right there. So what we got is Ripple had this done 10 years ago. And when you think about this, right about 2015, you had the Ethereum sell-off, right? They sold Ethereum. So it's kind of like, what would have happened if Ripple would have taken off way back then? Okay, things would be a lot. What I think Ethereum was is they were trying. Somebody came in and tried to tackle um, Ripple, knock them down, take over, and it wasn't successful. That's what I'm kind of thinking happened. Is you had Ripple. We're learning about Codius right now. All this stuff was done like 10 years ago. This technology is 10 years old. And we've kind of been sitting around with a lawsuit for what, 3.5 years? Or 3 to 3.5. So it's just kind of strange. Like it's a fake lawsuit. Because all this I'm showing you now, Ripple has all this technology and it was all done. So that's just that's very strange. Let's go. Oh wait, let me check. Wait, hold on a minute. Let me scroll back. Okay, Stu Lavelle, thanks for that donation. Penance fee for being naughty. Oh, well, that's between you and I don't want to know. It's one of those things. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. 1970 legend. Ando, almost back to prices when you told us to buy. Currently 86 cents. Look, see, here's what happens. I'm going to come up with something like a crypto or something to buy, right? And you get it, and then it's going to go up, and then it's going to dump. And then after a while, it's going to go back to what it should be. That's just how it works. So if I, now don't do what I tell you, but if there's something I say, get it, a lot of times it'll bump. Now you got to determine at what point to sell off. And then it's going to dump past what you bought it at. And then you can, like, just what Germany did. It's brilliant what Germany did. I love this. Germany sells off all this Bitcoin. They allow this, and then the price just dumps. And then when it gets really low, they buy back in. They just made like fucking millions. It's a brilliant move. Absolutely love it. Okay. And then that price will go back up to normal. But just when they sell off a massive amount, all the sheep get scared and they start selling off. And then people start selling. And then people that are smart, when they think it's at the bottom, they'll buy. And smart people, they have algorithmic program. They can do all this stuff. It's probably some division of JP Morgan and some division of these other hot shots, banks and stuff. They can get in there and do that. They can figure it all out. Let's see here. Stu Lavelle gave 5 people memberships. You got Mateo, Bill Lumberg, Dulai, Old Weightlifting, and RK. Those people got memberships. Robert Driscoll, late fee, Codius time. We're right in the middle of Codius. I told you it's painless. I made it super easy today. Arthur L., thanks for that donation. Appreciate that. Bob says, good call on Ondo. Of course, man, that's what I do. Don't marry your crypto. All right, let's get back into this. I think we are. Okay, we're right on this one. Go to where it says, wait, I think I said, okay, we're past that one. Okay, yeah, go to where it says from oracles to smart oracles, and then go to the second to last paragraph. Let's continue here. If the contract execution is decoupled from existing systems, where should the code be run? This is where smart oracles come in. Now let's continue. Most proposals for smart contracts, even those that are internal to consensus networks like Bitcoin, depend on independent Bitcoin. Listen to this. Bitcoin depends on independent entities to inform contracts about the state of the outside world. Bitcoin contracts rely on oracles to attest to the facts from the outside world by introducing signatures into the network, if and only if specific conditions are met. Smart oracles takes a concept a step further. This is why Ripple right now is the only crypto platform, the XRP ledger and Ripple Labs have what's called Codius. Nobody else does. And this is the biggest secret, okay? And this is how now you're learning right now, how are all these cryptos going to come together so we can flip the switch? Is you have to get everything on the XRP ledger, and then Ripple will initiate Codius, smart oracles, to take over. This is amazing. This is truly amazing if you understand what I'm saying. It doesn't hurt to go back in the show and rewind shit and listen to it again, okay? If you really want to have an understanding on how, when everything comes together, all the bridges, all the communication networks, it's like having your own Wi-Fi and shit and communicate and talking to everybody. Bitcoin smart contracts rely on oracles to attest to facts from the outside world by introducing if and then. Smart oracles take the step further to place untrusted code execution in the oracle's hands. Oh, so smart oracles get untrusted code, put it in the oracle's hands, then the oracle then gives it to the smart contract, and the smart contract then tells the crypto what to do. That's what happens with smart oracles. The smart oracles are trusted or semi-trusted entities that can both provide information about the outside world and execute the code to which the contracting parties agreed. Very interesting stuff. Now, go to this next section here, implementing smart oracles. So it's just the very next section. We're only going to read the first paragraph. Here it goes. Smart oracle implementations could take many forms. In the following sections, we outline some of the elements we see essential for most, if not all, smart oracles. Namely, the key components are securely identifying code, sandboxing code, Oracle APIs, contract hosting and billing models, and contact clients. All those conditions have to be met with smart oracles. Now let's go down to the next section. We're going to skip some of this, and we're going to go next to code sandboxing. We're going to skip securely identifying code, deterministic compilation, hashing, and modules. We're going to skip those. We're going to go to code sandboxing because I found it interesting. Let me check the comments here real quick. Hulk, just saying, don't get mad. Maybe you should retire that tank. I just got it. It's a Ralph Lauren one, and they're not cheap. I didn't know we're talking about fashion here. I don't know. Maybe if you focus on focusing on what we're talking about, you'd worry about less what my tank top is. How about that one? That might be a smart idea to do that. Let's see here. We'll go to this next section. Let me see if I got the right one. Let me go. Smart oracles. Code sandboxing. Here we go. The heart of the smart oracles concept is the ability for users to agree on the code of a contract and then to upload it. Now, hold on. The heart of the smart oracle is the ability for users to agree on a code and then upload it to a trusted third party so they can execute it. Smart oracles must be able to safely execute the user code, which is entrusted and may actually be malicious. Oracles must protect their own systems and the integrity of the other contracts they are running. The four most commonly cited methods for sandboxing or constraining. So what we got is this. Why are we talking about sandboxing? Because Google's native client, how all this works is they have sandbox code, okay? And the smart oracles utilize the sandboxed code to get stuff done quickly, fastly, and safely. That's the whole goal. Now, there's another way to do some of this. We'll get in here in a minute about virtual machines. The four most commonly cited methods for sandboxing or constraining the functionality of untrusted code are described below. Different smart oracle systems may choose to use distinct subsets of these options. So smart oracles can choose these different ways of getting stuff done, basically. But they can be layered together for increased security. At the end of the section, we'll discuss the four methods together and explain our selection of Google's native client for Codius. So we're not going to get into all of these because I'm making this show much easier to understand and shorter. But you have smart oracles, and they have different ways to get things done. Google and Ripple have chosen their path. But here's one path you can take. Let's look at it here. It's called virtual machines. Go to where it says virtual machines and go to like the third or fourth paragraph down. It starts off with this. Communications between the virtual machine and the outside world or the host machine are strictly managed by a virtual machine monitor, also known as a hypervisor. Now, here's the thing with virtual machines. This stuff's old, okay? We learned about, now this is the oldest portion of all this crypto. Virtual machine technology dates back to the 1960s, okay? And is now widely used for sandboxing code. Most cloud computing providers use virtual machines to run multiple users' code per server. You heard of Google Cloud? They're probably using a virtual machine to run multiple users' code per server. Virtual machines may be one of the more secure methods for sandboxing code, but the downside of a virtual machine is that they are costly in terms of computer resources. Since each instance contains a full operating system, the time and energy to start one each time a contract is run is impractical for many contracts. Nevertheless, hosts may choose to offer virtual machines as an option for high-value contracts, where the owners will be willing to pay more for a safer execution environment. Okay, there's that one. Now we're going to get into Google's native client right here, Codius, and Google's native client. This is like the main thing about what is all this Google native client, smart oracles, crypto Hulk. What is all this? This is how it all comes together right here. Google's native client, here we go, is a sandbox for running untrusted x86 code. The low-level commands used by most computer processors, okay? Low-level commands. That's what sandboxing code right here with the x86. Native client was developed to run compiled binary code on the web, as opposed to the HTML, CSS, JavaScript that websites are normally limited to. Native client makes a number of improvements on top of software fault isolation to provide a constrained execution environment that protects users from potentially malicious code. Native client can be used to run any programming language. Here you go. Remember how I said when you got Codius, you can interpret any coding language. You don't need to speak Bitcoin. You don't need to speak Cardano. You don't need to speak anything. You've got this protected code in a sandbox that allows you to run any programming language, okay? And currently supports, this is back then, C, C++, Python, V8, JavaScript, Ruby, Go, Mono, Lua Recent, and versions of NaCl, and go on and on. Google uses native client for computationally intensive web apps, such as Hangouts Video, Quick Office, among others, as well as Chrome OS. The latest benchmarks have shown that portable native client modules run only 10 to 25% slower than virtual machine native code, okay? So native client is not only efficient to start up, but it also provides performant execution. Codius uses native client because it provides a unique combination of security, performance, and flexibility. Native client is lighter weight than a virtual machine that we read about earlier and provides a much smaller. So here's why this Smart Oracle based program is better than the, let's say, Ethereum virtual machine, than Ethereum virtual machine Smart Oracle solution, because the native client has a much smaller attack surface than an entire operating system managing containers. Virtual machines and containers may develop a better balance of performance and security in the future, but they do not meet our requirements at present. We argue that requiring contracts to be written in a specific capability-based programming language. Here we go. See, here's the problem with Bitcoin can only speak Bitcoin. Ethereum can only speak Ethereum. And there's a problem with that. And this is what Codius says right here. Because it would needlessly hamper or slow down or stop the adoption of the system. Rather, if some authors or hosts prefer contracts to be written in a custom or capability-based language, they can do so with the native client sandbox, and it will provide yet another security layer. So it's saying if you use Google's native client with Codius, you can write in any language. It doesn't matter. That's the key right there. Because with the Bitcoin and Ethereum, you've got to speak and use certain kinds of code or it ain't going to work, okay? It's not interoperable right there. Software fault isolation and native client rely on a minimal trusted code base while being flexible enough to support all programming languages and allow for the reuse of already developed and widely used modules. Let me check on the comments again, and then we'll go back to where we're going to go next is financial applications and beyond. So let me take a look. Stu Lavelle gave 5 people memberships. Johnny B. Moon, Dom got a membership. ATF, Johnny G, and Travis Hall. Those people got memberships by Stu Lavelle. Andy Arby says, Codius is amazing. Bob says, so crappy coins can still be used? Yes. But here's the deal. It's going to be completely regulated future. Only certain, here's what I believe. On certain networks, they're only going to allow certain cryptos or whatever the fuck. Like, look, if you don't have utility, none of that shit's going to be sold anymore. Like, you can come up with Hocus Pocus coin. No one's going to buy that shit. Like, in the future, people are going to know. Like, when the .com bust happened, people were making all kinds of .com this. You know how that guy on Shark Tank, Mark Cuban, how he became famous, rich, is he invented a dumbshit.com. I think it's called sports, whatever it was, but he sold it to Google for like $1 billion or some shit like that. It was the dumbest crypto. No, it was the dumbest platform. It didn't even work. It was supposed to show sports activities and stuff. It didn't even work. He made $1 billion off it. It was a scam. Okay. Down the road, we can look at these things. So when someone asks, will it allow dumb shit coins? Yeah, but no one's going to buy those. Like right now they do because people don't know. People buy the memes, right? These memes for $1 million. Now they're worth like $20. It's just like that, okay? Five Dennis, 123. Thanks for that donation. I never looked at whether Stellar has Codius, Hulk. Codius, how do I put this? It's an implementation of smart oracles that allows everybody to interact together on the XRP ledger. So basically, if you get an XRP ledger, then you can put Stellar on top of that, and it'll work because all that's worked into the XRP ledger with Codius. Got it? So you could get a Bitcoin platform, put it on the XRP ledger, and then be interoperable with everybody. But then again, it's kind of like, okay, think of the highway where you live. Okay. Let's say it's Freeway 101. Like the 101 freeway in California goes up and down the coast, right? Let's say, but that coast is open to everybody. That highway 101, it's a free highway. Okay. It's a free highway. Anybody can drive on. It's not an interstate where you have to pay or a toll road. The Interstate 101 is the XRP ledger. Get it? Highway 101 going from the north to California all the way to the bottom. It's a free highway. It's a free ledger. Anybody can drive there. You could drive a Lamborghini on it. You could drive a truck. Now, trucks have to pay toll, weight stuff, but let's forget about the trucks. But anybody can drive on 101. There's street signs that tell you what to do. See how it's interoperating, communicating? So I've got a car. I don't need a Ripple car. You don't need a Ripple, an XRP, to run on the XRP ledger. It's an interoperable ledger. Get it? So you don't have to use an XRP to pay for things. XRP is going to be a bridge currency in between transactions. So my car can be a Stellar car, drive on the 101 highway up and down California. I'll know where all the off ramps are because I can read them. I'm interoperable with the 101 freeway. I know if the speed limit's 65. I know if I look up at the road signs, it says different, different exits I need to take, or if it says if you want to go to the head west, you go that way. So that's what the XRP ledger is, and that's what Codius is. It's like it's all the street signs, and you know what lanes you're in. So it's not like Stellar needs it. It's actually for everybody because Stellar is going to be built on top of the XRP ledger. All right, let's get back to work. We're almost done. Financial applications and beyond. All right. Smart contracts in general can be used to model any type of agreement or relationship that consists of clear conditions and outcomes. When we look below, I'm going to give you a list below. There's 8 different financial applications for smart contracts. Here's the first one. So here's the answer to your question about does Stellar have their own Codius or whatever? No. If you look at number 1, here's the reason why. Is because Codius will be the bridge between value networks. Got it? So everybody doesn't have to have a Codius. You only need one on an XRP ledger. This is what makes the XRP ledger interoperable. When you watch all the other channels, if you ask them how is it that the XRP ledger is interoperable, they don't know. Go find your favorite YouTuber or on another platform and ask them Maybe even an XRP maxi person. Do that. It's going to be embarrassing when they cannot answer this question. Ask them, how is it that on the XRP ledger you could run any kind of crypto and not just XRP? Why is that? And they'll be like, because it's interoperable. And then say, but why? Let me see if they can break it down like I have tonight. All right. The answer will be no. So here's the different things. Number one, Codius is a bridge between value networks. Distributed networks like Bitcoin and Ripple maintain separate ledgers or blockchains that track accounts and balances. Traditional financial systems have their own ledgers as well. So B of A has a ledger. This is what, okay, Wells Fargo's got a ledger. Deutsche Bank's got a ledger. Get it? All these banks and these companies, H-Bar has got their own ledger, okay? And so nobody can see each other's ledger unless it goes on the blockchain and it becomes public, okay? Because right now they're siloed ledgers. And that's why we also can't see what's going on. Otherwise, people would buy the shit out of XRP to speculatively drive the price up. Because once those private ledgers get on the XRP ledger, everybody's going to know what the price of this crypto is. Contracts built on smart oracles can create automatic and trustworthy bridges. Such a bridge could accept payment. So the first one is bridges. That's what Codius does. It creates a bridge between all the value networks, not the shit networks like a Shiba or something, but value networks, value blockchains, okay? Number two, escrow. Smart contracts can easily be set up as escrow accounts that monitor an exchange between two people. Number three, cryptocurrency wallet controls. So Codius will utilize smart oracles with smart contracts to control wallets. That's why I showed you 2014 Ripple Singapore gold and silver in your wallet. And they also had derivatives, smart contracts, oracles, smart oracles, the whole thing. All this was already done. But here's escrow where they're able to take your money, put it into a wallet, and transfer to somebody else. Number three, crypto. Okay, we got that. Auctions. A smart contract can trivially carry out the rules for an auction. So everybody bids on stuff, and at the end of the day, the loser, the money goes back to them. Smart contracts can do all that on Codius. Now they talk here in number 5 about derivatives. Contracts that monitor the performance of digital or non-digital assets like future swaps, forwards, and options. Next, number 6, debt and equity. Other securities based on payments and rights that are carried out according to a predefined rules. Number 7, smart property would be like the example of is a car that knows who its owner is. Number 8, voting. So Codius will be used in all these use cases, including voting at the very end. Here's the conclusion part. Smart contracts are an exciting new frontier for business and law. Smart oracles, I'm going to the next paragraph. Smart oracles combine the idea of an oracle, which provides information about the real world, with a sandbox code execution environment. Next paragraph. The Codius implementation uses Google's native client to sandbox untrusted code, which enables developers to write contracts in any programming language. Codius, next paragraph. Codius and smart oracles in general open up new possibilities for developers. I think I'll leave it at that. Now, acknowledgements. This paper was written by Evan Schwartz, and I'm going to say that's David Schwartz's brother. You notice how nobody ever talks about Evan Schwartz, Rebecca Schwartz, and David? Like 3 Schwartzes working at Ripple. None of the other channels talk about that. I find it very interesting. Anyhow, let me continue. So you got Evan Schwartz and Stefan Thomas made Codius. They wanted to thank David Schwartz for pointing out the concept of offline contracts. Now, what's very interesting, they thanked the people here They wanted to thank the Ethereum team. Listen to this. They wanted to thank the Ethereum team for giving smart contracts a platform and introducing thousands of people, new people, to the concept. Right there. So what happened, in my opinion, and I've heard this too, is that first you had Ripple Labs. Then Vitalik Buterin goes over to Ripple camp for a few weeks, studies, and leaves and goes to Canada, and then later hooks up with the Chinese and all that, and he creates Ethereum, and then the smart contracts. And then I think they shared the smart contract stuff with Evan Schwartz and Stefan Thomas, who then took the smart contracts to the oracles and then the smart oracles and created, along with Google, what we know as Codius today. So Ethereum helped in that aspect of making all this Codius with their early introduction of smart contracts. That's my takeaway from it. And I'm pretty much done. I think, shit, we're right at an hour. I didn't even plan that either. I didn't look at the time once. I just kind of felt, but now's about time to wrap it up. And that's 1 hour, pretty much exactly. That's weird. Stu Lavelle gave 5 people Crypto Hulk memberships. Rocky Romano, Ronald Ohm, DJ Super Chancho. Wait, no. You got Rocky Romano and Ronald Ohm. They got memberships by Stu Lavelle. Then we go to Josh Smith, and then No, and then Moist Ginger again. I remember that name. Those people got memberships. You know what I really asked? Wait. 5 Dennis 123 says Codius appears to be the key to the unified ledger. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Go ask all these other XRP channels. Say, hey, how is the XRP ledger interoperable? What makes it interoperable? And let's see how many people know. It'll be like none. That'll be. Go ask these people that go to Ripple Las Vegas. Get any of these people that went to Ripple Las Vegas. Say, hey, I know that the XRP ledger is interoperable, but why? How? What makes it? I just spoke to you an hour on why it makes it that way. Let me look. Adrian Mosqueda. The next 12 to 18 months will be one for the ages. If you are invested in the correct assets, goodness gracious. That's very true. We got one here. Dream3R. It'll be interesting to know how Codius and Quant will coexist. Well, look at, like I said, Quant has a use case. Codius is the bridge. It's like driving up the highway. You can read all the road signs. You got the lanes separately marked. You see on-ramp signs. At night, you got lights where their overpasses are. So, like on-ramps to freeways usually have lights. Maybe your freeway doesn't have lights all up and down, but they'll have them, especially where merging occurs. That's what Codius does. It allows people to see, communicate, talk, cross over, and drive through different parts of town. Quant has its own job. So Codius will just assist Quant in doing what it does. That's Quant. Codius will help Bitcoin do what it does. Codius will help Ethereum do what it does. Now, if you have a shitty program, it'll still help it, but people aren't going to choose that program. They'll find a better program. So there's that. Okay, hold on. All right. I'm just looking through real quick here. And I think I've covered just about everything. Hulk's the real motherphilia. What I want you to do, this will help you if you're a brand new member. I'm going to close with this because here's what happens. A lot of time, a brand new member, when that 30-day ends, they'll disappear. Okay. What will happen, and also what YT does is unsubscribe you. It happens to everybody. They'll miss my shows for 2 or 3 months and come back like, oh, Crypto Hulk, I thought you went off the air or whatever. I didn't see it for like 2 or 3 months. I never got any notifications. So what I want you to do is this. Um, I have been watching my badge just change colors. Love this channel. Um, if you got a free membership, I'm gonna wrap it up with this. Get a membership at my channel, add it on to your free one. You will not be charged. What happens is the free membership, when that ends, that's when the charge happens at that point. If you say, well, I'll just wait till it gets close to expiring, it'll happen when everybody else occurs. You'll forget. And then about 1, 2, 3 months later, you come back like, oh, Crypto Hulk, you're still on the air. It always happens. So I would just encourage you to do that. Thank you for those people that gave memberships away. That shows me that you value this program. You want other people to learn and not get destroyed financially. My name's Crypto Hulk. I am done. I got to put together a show for tomorrow. I think I'm about halfway done with that. If I make a show in the morning, it'll be about 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. And again, if some of this stuff was a little confusing, just go back and watch the part that, rewatch it a couple times, not the whole show, but just certain parts that didn't quite make sense. And then you'll see kind of what I see is how Codius gets put into the XRP ledger. Stellar goes on top of that. It's all layered. See what I mean? So that's kind of like how it all works. And then everybody can communicate and do shit together. If it's a good crypto, and it has great use cases and a good team behind it, it's going to succeed. No one is going to want to use a Bitcoin or an Ethereum. I'm just saying, if Ripple, see what Ripple Labs did is they made side chains for Ethereum virtual machine. So it's kind of like Ripple is making shit so Ethereum can work. Okay. The reason they put side chains on the Ethereum virtual machine for the XRP ledger is because if you use Ethereum can't interoperate. So all that, see, look, all the rich people and shit, all these billionaires and shit who got so much tied up into Ethereum, you've got to have Ethereum work. Otherwise, it ain't going to do shit. So that's why Ripple had to come up to invent shit for Ethereum so they can use the Ripple ledger to do shit. It's kind of like if you have a car on the road. Why would you want to put your car on a tow truck and you sitting there driving it like a little kid, but it's on the tow truck when you can just drive the car? So a lot of people, once all this crypto takes off, they'll be like, why is Bitcoin and Ethereum using all this Ripple stuff? Why don't I just go with Ripple? See what I mean? A Ripple-based product. Instead of having to use a tow truck to drive to work every day, I can just drive on my own. But that's how it'll be when people realize the interoperability of Codius, how Stellar and Ripple's code are very close and all that. These other codes are just, they have their own purpose. Our purpose is to get the most valuable cryptos, and that's what I try to show on this channel. And I guess that'll be it for right now. I'll see y'all in my next broadcast.